Hello, everybody. Welcome to Political Football. My name is Dave. I'm here with Scott. Hopefully, Clev will be joining us shortly. We're going to review the divisional round of the playoffs and preview the conference championship game. Scott, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing as good as I think one can be doing right now.
Yeah, it's
Um,
crazy.
my real question is, will there be an NFL team in Greenland?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, I'm putting the call out to some folks here.
You're
The
good.
the, the show has begun. Yeah, I the depths of the stupidity of the ideas knows no bounds.
We are reminded of this daily.
Yes. And so while we're talking about stupid leadership that is just wandering aimlessly and will never be successful, the Buffalo Bills. Um, Buffalo Bills lose in overtime in Denver, 33-30 in the divisional round. We'll recap the game first, that we can get a little bit what's happening with this soon-to-be tire fire of a franchise.
Soon to be. Are you kidding?
I mean, soon to be, like, it's going to reflect itself on the field here pretty soon. So firstly here, the Bills win in overtime. Josh Allen plays a bad game. I mean, there's no getting around it. Josh Allen played a horrible game, did not carry the ball, had one of the most ridiculous fumbles you'll ever see at the end of the first half, which ended up being the difference in the game. Bills almost still won this game anyways, because that's just how good Josh Allen is. However, it is clear he played a terrible game here, and that's a big reason why they lost. Cleve, welcome to the show. You were saying
You,
some truly abhorrent things about Josh Allen during this game. You want to get those takes off your chest right now?
yeah, he's the white Dak.
Okay, let's go.
In all fairness, sorry guys, I'm still working, kind of whatever, so I'm hopping in, hopping out, type of thing. Hey guys, hey Scott, hey Dave, how you guys doing? Dave,
Hi.
Dave, your money's coming. Great win. Shouldn't took that bet.
Go
Um,
Hoosiers.
yeah.
Why didn't you ask for points?
I don't know. Dave kind of like set the narrative, and I just went with it. It was like a knee jerk reaction because it's just like I got baited. I got baited.
He definitely will put the worm on the hook and look.
I got baited.
I've been it a few times, Cleve.
Oh no, I still don't. I still owe him
But
2 sessions from like 2 years ago. He hasn't collected yet. Anyway, so as far as Josh, I think a couple things there. So I think in this particular game, you couldn't ask a guy to do any more than he could have. I think they put it on him, or he put it on himself to win, to kind of go out there and win the game himself. But clearly, he needs help. That team needs some solid receivers,
yeah,
like a clear number one, whatever. They got as far as they could with their coach. It wasn't a surprise to me, more or less. I was thinking maybe like in the off season, like for real, after the Super Bowl, we might have heard something, but something might have happened in the talks. But again, he had 8 years to not have these exits, and then this was their year. No Lamar, no Mahomes. It's a march to the sea, bro. I don't know what else you can do. Um, is what it is.
I mean, I
Scott,
suppose if the whole thing is Super Bowl or bust, I get it, but um, I don't know how Brandon Bean could possibly be safe in this scenario.
He got promoted, right?
Yeah,
Didn't he get promoted?
yeah,
he
he
did,
did.
and it's and then the owner. I'll tell you what, Dave. I know that you have an opinion about John Harbaugh. Um, it's a really good thing he stayed out. He stayed away from Buffalo.
I think
It
we
just
might know why he didn't even want to consider going to work.
absolutely.
Yeah, this is Cleve. Have
The
you seen
ownership
anything that?
here, these,
No,
I mean, like, Cleve, did you hear what happened today?
no. I got Dave's text like during the day, so I didn't get a chance to like delve in or say, hey, what was that about? What happened? Like, there's some more fallout.
So the owner, I'll try to, Dave, if I'm wrong, interrupt me or tell, or just you take it. So the owner essentially comes out and he blames Sean McDermott for the offensive failures and
Wow.
specific to Keon Coleman,
What?
who's still a receiver on the team. And he blames Sean McDermott for the reason. Sean McDermott's the guy who wanted Keon Coleman. That's the reason why we took him. And it's like,
Wow.
no, there's videos out there of Brandon Beane talking about being really excited that Keon Coleman ran like a 4.5, whatever he ran, 4.59 or something. This is at the combine. Oh, it'll be easier for him to fall to us. That's good. That's a good number for us. And then was it day one of the draft that year? There's a video of him talking to the owner about their target is Keon Coleman unless somebody makes a crazy offer. And it's like, this is the owner of an NFL team talking about a coach he fired and blaming the coach he fired when there's video evidence that that's not true about a player who's still on the team. And in some cases, coaches who are still coaching for the team. Like, what are you doing?
Owners need to just own and stay out in the lane of the football operations, bro. Like,
just zip it.
You're not a football guy. You're not a football guy.
I think that the best owners are able to also be involved in the operations, like I would be if I was an owner. But that's what makes the worst owner so bad, right? I think in order to be a successful, great franchise, your ownership needs to be intimately involved in the franchise. But most people, like just in life, people who are in charge of things are just in charge just because. Like, there's no logic or reasoning to much of this, right? And so in order to get enough money to purchase an NFL team nowadays, you either need to be a criminal or inherit it, right? And so if you now buy an NFL team like Terry Pegula did he inherit the money or did he steal the money or exploit it? He exploited his way to the money, right?
How did he get his money? I have no idea.
It doesn't matter. Like, you can't make that much money without exploiting labor in society. So nobody's actually talented enough to be worth that much money. You just have to be able to ruthlessly exploit people to that level. But once you own an NFL team, you can't exploit anymore. It's actually a pretty level playing field competing with the other franchises. Like, you can't exploit your way. You can't make the rules work in your favor. The salary cap's a salary cap. If you don't spend it, the other teams will, and you're going to lose out. And so all these owners who are used to exploiting their way to their wealth can no longer use that same strategy to get ahead in the NFL, and you run into situations like this. So not only did this guy basically blame the coach for Keon Coleman in the offense, the Bills traded up for Keon Coleman with the Chiefs, who used that pick to take Xavier Worthy, right? So they let the Chiefs trade up to get Xavier Worthy instead. Then they pass on Ladd McConkey for Keon Coleman. They could have traded down again if they really thought Coleman was going to fall and only the coach wanted, but we're going to trade down 6 more spots, get more picks. If he's still there, we'll take him. If not, we're going to take McConkey, whatever. None of that there. Scott's right. There's video evidence. Beane obviously wanted Keon Coleman. So this owner comes out, says something that's provably untrue, throws Keon Coleman under the bus. Now, if you go back to our show pre-draft, Scott and I were not big on Keon Coleman as a prospect. We did not like him as a prospect, and certainly not as a first-round prospect. This is still very unfair, what they did today. And this is the owner trying to show that he made the right decision to promote Brandon Beane and fire the coach, when really they all should probably be gone.
Yeah, and part of it too is McDermott's right in some of the things he did say, and it sounds like that they took it, some of his criticism of their own team, they took personal. Like he commented and thought Jacksonville did a really good job of going to get Jacoby Myers, and made it like, yeah, I mean, they gave up whatever they gave up, like a 3rd and a 5th or whatever it was. I don't even remember, but he made a comment in front of them all, like, hey man, like they did a good job going to get this receiver. And it seemed like both the owner and the GM took it personal, that he was like, oh, he's throwing shots at us that maybe we should have done that. Well, he's right. Right. He was right that they should have, they needed more, part of we talked about this, I think last week, Dave, about Brandon Beane or maybe 2 weeks ago, whenever it was.
We did. I put a TikTok out for it too. Yeah, it was literally last week.
And it's like, if you're drafting Keon Coleman to work with Josh Allen, I think you've already missed the boat about Josh Allen. Keon Coleman is like, he's a possession receiver, right? And people view him, I think, as a contested catch guy, but he's not good at that stuff.
No, he's not.
He's not at all. So I think that's why we didn't like him much in the draft process. And his testing was like, all right, dude runs 4.6. He's not going to separate well in the NFL. So he's going to have to win through contested catch stuff, and he's not good at that. So Josh Allen doesn't throw passes that way. He throws to open receivers, he's not Stafford who's looking at Kenny Golladay and thinking, oh, he's going to win. I'll just heave it up there. So I don't know. It just never was a good fit, but it's stunning that the GM, that Brandon Beane and Terry Pegula sat up there today and spoke the way they did about a bunch of stuff. It's stunning.
And this tells me too that the Bills might survive on field because Josh Allen is so good. They're never winning a Super Bowl because the owner is too incompetent and Brandon Beane is too mentally weak with him yelling at the radio host. This isn't fantasy football, blah, blah, blah. When the host just said, hey, we might need some better wide receivers in the room. Right.
Yeah.
Which means that they are not going to hire a coach. Either they're going to hire an incompetent coach because they are incompetent, or they're going to hire a coach that doesn't challenge their own mental weakness. Like Mike Tomlin is never going there. Like Mike Tomlin will tell you to your face if you screw it up. A Harbaugh is never going there. This is what him and Bill Parcells went to coach for Jerry Jones. That's why Jerry Jones couldn't deal with Jimmy Johnson.
Yep.
And they keep getting these like milquetoast dudes, Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy. The Bills are going to hire Mike McCarthy. Like they're going to go get somebody that they can just steamroll over. And maybe Josh Allen is so great he can get through it one time. But
Josh Allen's 30 years old. He's breaking down. He's going to have foot surgery this offseason.
And the AFC is loaded.
Yeah, I mean they're staring at purgatory. They are.
And they're a worse team than the Patriots. They're not even the best team in the division anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know how they get better. I mean, their defense is really old. They have a really good running back, but we know, I mean, the shelf life there is like, how long is James Cook viable for? They got to pay him.
Yeah. And the other thing that could happen to them too is that there are sometimes decisions that can be made that even the most incompetent, over-promoted moron can make. Like even Matt Millen didn't pass on Calvin Johnson, right? Sometimes it's just so obvious that you can't miss it. Or sometimes you do actually get really lucky. And if they happen to luck into a true wide receiver one, it might actually mask all the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that could happen. They could, I'm thinking next year in the draft, there's so many wide receivers in, and maybe the Bills are picking 22nd and they trade up to 15th and they get Ryan Williams out of Alabama or something. And maybe, okay, they do actually figure that part out. Yeah. But Brandon Beane drafted Josh Allen, traded for Stephon Diggs, and then has failed for the rest of his tenure.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they had if you look at the Bills drafts the last few years, it's like, oh my God, it's not good.
Yeah.
The first draft with McDermott was great. I mean, they got Deion Dawkins, and I don't know. It's just like
there's no consistent track record there for them to hang their head on. So when you have like Brad Holmes made a huge mistake with the 23 draft, I think is the one where like the Terrion Arnold draft, like nobody's really worked out for the guard. 24 draft. 24 draft. But his other drafts have been great. Howie Roseman drafted what's his nuts ahead of Justin Jefferson. But he that's like his one mistake.
Was it Jalen Reagor?
Yeah, Jalen Reagor, right?
Yeah,
but he makes that one mistake. Yeah, like you can point, but instead with Beane, it's like these are his two good decisions, and then the rest have been bad. So I will not be predicting the Bills to win the Super Bowl while Brandon Beane is there, but probably ever, because I don't see this owner ever getting it right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how anybody could really look at what happened.
Yeah.
Today.
And last thing I want to say on this is that the Buffalo Bills culture is very similar to the Detroit Lions culture, like fan wise.
Yeah.
They're moving to that new stadium with the crazy high personal seat licenses. All those longtime Bills fans are being priced out of their seats. This owner is going to kill the Bills Mafia culture.
Yeah.
As well, at least at the stadium, maybe not around town, but at the stadium, all that jumping off the tables and all that, like the people who can afford those new PSLs are not jumping out of burning tables.
Yeah.
And I hate to tell you this, but Buffalo, if you don't have that Bills Mafia culture, what do you have left?
Yeah. It's crazy.
There's just nothing there. The Broncos won this game, but it doesn't feel like it because Bo Nix broke his ankle on the last play, apparently, and it's out for the season. So they're rolling forward with Jarrett Stidham. So, I mean, it's only 2 games. Could Jarrett Stidham win the Super Bowl? I mean, I guess he could, but they'd have a much better chance of Bo Nix.
Oh, yeah. 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 I mean, this weekend, it's going to be a very interesting matchup to see how they handle things, but they are at home. They have a great defense. I mean, they really do. They have a great defense. It's just, well, I shouldn't say great. They have a really good defense.
Yeah.
And being at home, you never know.
Yep. And the last thing I want to say on this game is that the Brandon Cooks catch interception was ruled correctly. That was an interception. It's very close. I understand why real time or whatever, but had there been no defender there, had there been no defender around, and Brandon Cooks went for that ball and fell down and lost control of the ball there, it's incomplete. He did not survive the ground.
Yeah.
So it was not joint catching. Cooks had it, did not survive the ground. Ball goes to the defender. It's an interception. There's no conspiracy there. I'm actually amazed they got the call right on the field and didn't actually rule joint possession. It was a brilliant call on the field.
Yeah.
They got it right because we bag on the refs a lot here. So I just wanted to point out they actually got that one exactly 100% dead on correct.
A lot of people are wanting to conflate that play with the Devontae Adams fumble. And I don't understand it. Those are 2 completely different plays.
Yeah, not even close to the same.
Yeah.
To the same thing. Seahawks 41, 49ers 6. Last week on the show, we predicted that the 49ers magic might run out when they go to Seattle, missing 17 starters, and this was bound to happen. The 49ers, as I said before the season started, they're going to pile up wins because of their bad schedule. They did it despite losing all those players to injury, and then the bill always comes due, and that's what happened here.
Yeah. Losing Kittle was a problem. Huge problem for that offense.
Yes.
But Seattle's defense, man, they're legit. They're legit. If they can overcome, I mean, obviously Kenny Walker had a huge game. If you're able to I think if you're able to allow your running game to dictate the terms of the outcome of a game, that's really good for a guy like Sam Darnold in the playoffs. We'll see what happens going forward.
Sam Darnold go ahead, Clev.
I think Darnold was the only quarterback that didn't turn the ball over this weekend. I mean,
he only dropped back 17 times.
It was a bizarre week of football, though. It was nuts. The turnovers and some of the games were just what's going on? It really was.
Yeah, Cleve, we have to be ready. Sam Darnold really might win the Super Bowl.
Dude, I was telling Matt this last night. I was like, I'm gonna know that kid's such a victory lap. It might be Scott Ass with a letter. It might be a letter, bro. It might be like a declaration.
That's rare. That's a rare moment. That's a rare thing.
I think if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, Sam Darnold should show up to the parade in a full Ghostbusters outfit. Just bring it all full circle. Used to be seeing ghosts. Now I'm a champ. I'm the Ghostbuster. Got it. We're done. We're good.
Perfect. Honest to God, though, I mean, all kidding aside, it shows you how bad of New York culture was on that kid and how much an idiot Adam Gase was.
Yeah.
That they got him, Minnesota got some play out of him, and the Seahawks definitely got to play where they're sniffing at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like with him at the helm, bro. Like
I mean,
I would
they're
have
the
never,
favorites. They're
huh?
the heavy favorite. They're the
Yeah,
heavy favorites
yeah.
right now.
That was none of my bingo card coming into the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, they took it to San Francisco. Now San Francisco going into next year, they're going to need a new DC because Robert Saleh has left again. He's going to be the head coach of the Titans, so they're going to be looking for a new DC again. But they lost Nick Bosa, they lost Fred Warner. Both of them will be back. George Kittle another year older, McCaffrey another year older. Ayuk is out the door.
Yeah.
The 49ers are going to look completely different next year, and sneaky George Pickens team. Everybody's going to talk about going back to Dallas, going to New England, going to Buffalo, San Francisco. Sneaky George Pickens landing spot here.
Wow. It'd be really good for him.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good spot.
And they'll have the money too because they're moving Ayuk.
Yeah, and they'll soon be like Debo money will come off. CMC is off in 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll have the money for that. Patriots 28, Texans 16. Now we had a bit of an argument offline about this. Clev said that the Texans had a chance to win this game if CJ Stroud didn't play so bad. I said the Texans never had a chance to win. This is a case where I think both people are right. CJ Stroud played so bad that the Texans would not have had a chance to win either way. But I do think the Patriots controlled this game from beginning to end.
It seems like it, but I also was thinking that if CJ Stroud didn't come out of the locker room for the second half and they played Davis Mills, they might still have a chance. But so I don't know if I really felt that way. Like, was that a true thought? Whatever. But Stroud was unbelievably bad in this game.
He was,
and it's not like Drake May was great either. I mean, he turned the ball over a bunch of times too, and
so
I don't know.
So here's my thing, man. And again, I don't know how. I'm not a metrics guy. You guys are more metric guys than me. Like they said, if you spike the ball every down for the entire game, you would still have a QBR of like 38 or whatever.
Yeah,
he had a 28.
Yeah.
So the fact that game wasn't out of hand the way it should have been. They're lucky that they only lost by what they lost by because they should have gotten rolled.
Yeah,
they should have gotten rolled.
So that's passer rating, not QBR. And
I'm sorry, passer rating. Yeah,
and
passer rating.
I write people don't use passer rating anymore. Because if you spike the ball every play, there's no upside. So passer rating it punishes interceptions too much.
I was just going to say you can't throw a pick if you're spiking the ball into the turf.
Right, but you can't throw a touchdown either.
Yep.
But yeah, Stroud obviously played horrible in this game, and there is context to this. No Nico Collins and losing Dalton Schultz in game is really bad for them.
And Titus Howard too.
Yes,
and no Tank Dell all season. So he's actually was down his top 3 receiving options for this game.
He couldn't get a ball to the flat.
He could not.
You and Scott could have been standing out there in the flat with our hands up, and he couldn't hit anybody.
Yes, but without Nico, he loses the fuck it, Nico down there somewhere.
Dude, so how many quarterbacks can go other places and sync up? A la Sam Darnold went from Justin Jefferson to Njigma, and he went from guy to guy, whatever. But it didn't take any steam off his fastball. That kid
was one of the things, Cleve. You're right. I looked at that and I saw him throw these. It looked like he was just so rattled with both his decision making and physically. Like he had a reasonable moment after he threw the first duck he put out there. But everything he threw was wobbly and it was late and it was behind the receivers.
It was like he was scared, like he was in his head, like in his own head or something.
Yeah.
So CJ Stroud, do you guys remember during the draft process where his K2 score leaked and it was really low, or they said it was low, and people were questioning his intelligence because he's black? So since then, he's gone on podcasts. We're able to hear him speak. He is clearly a very intelligent, very critically thinking person.
Yeah.
And his school choice, he went to Ohio State. So I'm about to say something nice about a Buckeye.
God.
But his number 2 choice was Michigan. He was a Michigan-Ohio State recruiting battle, right? I think CJ Stroud is actually a very, very intelligent and critically analyzing sort of thinker. I think that at halftime of this game, he knew they were dead. Like, I don't think the rah, let's go out there next, man, like all that sort of stuff, I don't think it works on him. Like, I think he's too smart for like that sort of propaganda. And he's like, we don't have Nico, we don't have Schultz, the weather's horrible, we can't run the ball. My offensive line is
he's not an NFL quarterback then.
No, I think that he is, because the thing is, he wasn't wrong in this case, right? He wasn't incorrect. And now, and I think it could be hard for somebody like him to overcome and push through when he has so accurately diagnosed the situation in which he finds himself.
But David, right? This isn't a one-off. He did this at Ohio State too.
Only against Michigan.
Okay. Not only against Michigan, but I mean, specific to the Michigan stuff. I mean, there were not only against Michigan. There were times when their offense just did not play well, and you know the camera would pan to the sideline, and he's on the end of the bench. Yeah. He's kind of bitching to their athletic director. You know, there's a strange vibe around him when there's difficulty. There just is.
Well, to be fair, I could go scoop the cat litter and find something more competent than the Ohio State athletic director. So,
sure.
You know, but I think, I mean, don't be wrong. To Cleve's point, this does lead to a lack of consistency, but I do think that it makes him, I'm trying to think. So I think somebody like Joe Montana is probably like this too. He just always had good talent around him and played on good teams.
Yeah.
Right. I think that if CJ Stroud, like if you flip CJ Stroud and Jared Goff, I think CJ Stroud would flourish with the Lions and the talent they have and the coaching they have and the situation that they have, much like Jared Goff has. But if you put CJ Stroud in a bad situation, his ability to fully understand the hopelessness of the situation, like it's almost like it's the opposite of ignorance is bliss. Like he's like, we are so dead right now.
It's nihilistic. It's nihilistic.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
But how
which is the curse of intelligence. Yeah.
To Cleve's point though, how long is that going to go in an NFL locker room? Hey, when things are looking down for us, you're just going to mail it in?
Yeah. Oh no, people definitely want the like Jackson Dart kind of slow puppy dog, like blah blah blah.
I made my riding Scott's coattails, pause. I was making my comment saying that we've seen really bad quarterbacks in horrific games still fight to the end. Because again, you're playing that defense didn't deserve to go out like that. That's why I said that they had a chance, because the defense kind of kept them in it as far as I mean, you guys see it a little different.
No, you're right. They did.
If David Mills got in there, who knows what would have, they could have made it closer. But again, I don't want my quarterback to be mentally like to say at halftime. I'm not saying he said this, Dave. I know you were kind of
like in his brain to himself.
Yeah. Where if that's your mindset, bro, I don't want you on my team. I don't want to play with you or play for you. Because again, I would rather all of us go down in a a ball of flames than for our quarterback to say, "Hey, man, we got no chance here, so I'm not even going to try." Again,
you know what? Huh? I don't think he wants to play with all those dust balls either. You know what I mean? Like I think that CJ Stroud had a real read on the situation, but to your point, Cleve, like you only get so many chances. It's not baseball.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You only get so many chances. Like even still, like you just go out there, like you have to lie to yourself a bit and be like, well, we're still.
That was taped for other teams that are looking for a quarterback at some point if his fifth-year option doesn't get picked up, and he just gave obviously the worst performance you can give, and it's historic. But again, go down fighting, bro. Try. He looked like he didn't either. He was lost, concussed, or he just like, I'm scared to throw the ball here. Like I agree with Scott where the first one, okay, they got me. Let me get my side adjustments. But he couldn't hit guys like 10 yards out, a 10-yard turnaround. He couldn't get the ball to a guy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, he definitely played a horrible game. I'm just trying to look for like why he played so poorly, why this seems to be a pattern, and then also what he can do to overcome this. I think, though, that he might need to not be on the Texans if next year is as poor as this year, because this team was led by the defense. Like, the offense was not that great. If he plays this poorly next year, then I think that maybe it is time for him to move on to somewhere else. But I can see him going to I could see him. I was going to say in Pittsburgh, but Tomlin's not there anymore, so who knows?
Yeah.
But I could see him show up to like Tomlin's Pittsburgh, and all of a sudden be like, oh.
See, like if he played in New York and had that kind of game, and he tried to get a stake in the city, he thought he was rattled then.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, he plays in Houston where nobody cares about the NFL.
Exactly, bro.
Patriots are the team that win here. They move on to the AFC title game. They did not play very well either. They're very lucky they played against the Texans in bad weather, and they didn't catch another decent team because the Patriots would have been in some trouble here. But got to shout out Kayshon Boutte with that catch to seal the game. In the snow, crazy weather, one-handed, slide in the end zone, amazing catch.
Incredible. And Stephon Diggs' touchdown catch was just ridiculous too.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, you know,
that was personal. That was personal.
Sure felt like it. Yeah.
I'm not shouting out Stephon Diggs given what he has going on, but it was a great catch.
It was a great catch. Yes.
Rams 38, Bears 35. That was not the final score.
I don't recall that being the final score.
I do not think that was the final score. I think that is incorrect. I think it was 23-20.
I think you're right.
2017.
Yeah. I was gonna say, the last minute thing rally. That's great. We're producing the show as we're doing the show. Get the score.
It happens. It's still getting. Hey, we're about to invade Greenland and end NATO, so we'll just, deal with what we can here. First, I want to get this off my chest. Incredible throw to tie the game at the end of regulation by Caleb Williams to Cole Kmet. Not the smartest play I've ever seen.
No.
But an incredible throw. He went full Tecmo Super Bowl, ran half the field backwards, chucked it up. Somehow a guy was wide open.
So that's what I was alluding to with Stroud. Like in a situation where you got to get something going here.
Yeah,
it's all out. Like you follow a guy to war blindfolded. Him doing that because he ran 26 yards back off his back foot across his body.
Yeah,
the blown coverage with I don't know why that defender broke off because in a situation like that,
he got pushed.
What separation?
Oh, come on, he got pushed.
I don't remember that. I don't remember. It was.
He got Komet kind of gave him the. And then
all right, Scott. So if I give you that, then when he caught the ball in the end zone, the nearest defender to him was like 6 yards. He literally had time to catch the ball.
Yeah,
and like whatever.
Yeah, it was.
And even if he pushed him, the fact that the throw was still right on the money is what counts here.
It's an absurd throw.
Yeah,
like, absurd. He may be one of one making
off the back foot across the body, bearing down to the defense. Games on the moment itself. It's so many things there. It's unreal, bro. Unreal.
Paul's right.
Paul said that he got pushed, but Komet did a great job disguising it.
Because Komet had his eyes on the ball, and the defender did not.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the whole thing. So he left the defender in the dust after he didn't push him so much as just kind of extend his arms. That's all he did.
He pushed him off. He didn't push him off the route, did he?
They were both in the end zone, and the Komet was looking at the ball, and he just kind of he didn't shove him or anything.
And the defender assumed that Williams would have to roll to the right to be able to get enough power to throw the ball towards the end zone. So the defender was already starting to cheat to the right, thinking that's where the play was going to go.
Yeah, it felt like Caleb was throwing the ball to that spot, hoping that he would make that break because you can't practice and time that.
No.
Right?
Well,
you can't time that.
Also, if you high point that, Komet has the advantage there. I mean, it's probably so low probability.
Yeah.
But a
yeah.
1v1, Komet's got the advantage there. Now, I just need to say for me,
Because it wasn't a
entered
50-50 ball. It was,
No.
like you said, Dave, it was like, hey, get to that spot if you can. But again, you can't say, okay, this guy's bearing down on me. He got to throw it up. Did Caleb roll out of the pocket, or was he in the pocket?
No, he just ran
he
straight
went
backwards.
Straight back. Okay,
It was
that's
just
what I
a
thought.
Hail Mary, but it was
Yeah.
like the absolute perfectly placed throw to the right shoulder, to the right part of the end zone. It was just ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Hell of
Now,
a play. Hell of a play.
I entered a 50-cent tournament on DraftKings.
Jeez,
I was in third place for $1,500 going into that final play. So of course, all I want, it's the last game of the weekend. So I just want the game. I just need the game to end. I just need the game to end. Incomplete pass is the best, but honestly, even if they had like thrown for a few yards or something, it wouldn't have mattered. When he completed that throw, I turned to Megan and I said, that throw is going to cost me $500, but I think it was worth it. It was that awesome.
Wow.
Ended up actually costing me $1,000, so it wasn't worth it. And then the Bears lost the game anyways.
Yeah. There's the
Caleb
Williams problem, though. Like you get that kind of a throw, and then you get the pick in overtime. Like,
but
I knew you were gonna, Dave. I know where you're gonna blame DJ Moore for this, aren't you?
I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna blame DJ Moore for it. That shit's DJ Moore's fault. Dave,
you cannot make that throw against cover 2. Period. You cannot. You cannot. That's why DJ Moore is not really running there, because you cannot put the ball there. There's a safety there. You make that throw if it's cover 1.
I do not disagree with you. If DJ Moore actually plays 100% of that route, he's at minimum position to break up the pass. The reason that was such a wide open, easy interception is because DJ Moore was going 70% speed on a play because he didn't think the ball was going to come to him.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
No, that's a teammate I don't want.
Yeah, and he's done this. He's done this. This is not his first example of not fully, busting his ass for his teammate. It's just not.
So Caleb Williams made a mistake throwing to that route in the first place. However, if DJ Moore is playing 100% effort and hustle, he's in a position to bail out that mistake, which is what you need from your teammates to do.
Yeah.
That's why it's a team game. And he didn't do it. That's why I blame DJ Moore, because give me a mistake is better than lack of effort. 100 times out of 100.
I think it's hard for us to distinguish sort of like what exactly happened. I know that you can't make that throw, but I know the defender had leverage on Moore the whole time, but you are right. If Moore is running full speed, maybe that pass gets broken up.
Yeah. Right.
Or maybe he as tackling the defender going to the ground, the ball comes out. Who knows?
Yep.
For sure. I mean, that's a totally valid. It's a valid. What you're saying is reasonable. It's fine. It's just
also, why are they passing so far down the field there? Field goal wins it.
There you go, Dave. I was waiting for you. I knew you were going to not let me down.
3 runs to Monangai, send out Cairo Santos. Let's go home.
Dave, Dave, I was thinking that I was like, what was the point of throwing it in that spot? Why was you that aggressive when you still had time to get down the field? That was an unnecessary desperation throw for no reason.
Right. I can see throwing the ball because the clock doesn't matter. So if throwing incomplete, we don't care about running down time. Tunnel screen to DJ Moore or something, Luther Burden, try to stretch the defense horizontally. Maybe you think that's better than just running straight up the middle when they're expecting it. But there is no reason to be throwing the ball that far downfield when you're now in sudden death because both teams had the ball once and you're so close to field goal range.
But listen, he just heaved a 50-yard Hail Mary to tie the game to put him into overtime. That dude's thinking he could do anything.
Which is why the coach needed to call not that play.
Yeah.
He's going to be that guy where he's going to do stuff like this every once in a while.
I didn't blame Moore like you guys did. I blamed the offensive coordinator because I'm like, why was that play called in that spot when you guys, like you said, Dave kind of laid out the game plan, dink, dink, dunk, and then let's kick it and get out of here.
Paul asks,
Yeah,
are we skipping the Bears should have gone for 2 after the bomb discussion? I was very torn in that moment about what they should do.
Did you hear Ben Johnson explain why he did not?
No.
It's totally legit. Think about all the short yardage situations that they struggled with in that game.
Yeah.
Down on the goal line, they did not run short yardage really well at all in that game. And right before that, DeAndre Swift bounced. He would have. I think he would have scored, but I think he was scored. But he bounced a play out. Like just go where the design of the play is supposed to go. But he bounces it outside, and everybody's complaining that Rome Odunze didn't block his guy. But the ball's supposed to go inside there and not get bounced out. And I think they were just having some issues with what the Rams were doing internally. Like, we just can't generate any push. So Ben Johnson was saying, like, we felt like our short yardage stuff really wasn't working in this game. And it's like, yeah, I mean, if you're thinking to that level, yeah, it's reasonable not to do that, but maybe you throw,
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is a ridiculous athlete. Roll him out. There's a bunch of things you could do. I promise the Bears would have gone for 2 had they known what was going to happen.
So the only thing I don't like about that reasoning, even though it's logically sound, like I don't think there's much argument against that. I think it was a close decision anyways. So having that context, that team context, I think does push it over the top for them. However, every team should have like 3 to 4 automatic 2-point plays for this situation. Like counters off of counters to things you've done all season. You're showing other things to completely set this up. And the one for them is easy because they never do it. Straight up QB power.
Yeah.
QB off tackle. You just send Monangai as the lead blocker. You play 11 on 11 with 10 blockers because Williams is going to run it himself, right? Just like they do with Josh Allen, because he's certainly capable. And right up behind, because Loveland can block too. You move Loveland as an H-back. You run pure quarterback power because they never run that play. They've never shown it. And you just that would have been the time to bust that out. And to me, they should have had a play where even I think the short yardage stuff isn't working. They have a play that can win it for them in that situation. But even then, I didn't hate them kicking in that situation. I go for it. I would have gone for 2 there, but I didn't think it was egregious there.
The part of it too is like, as aggressive as Ben Johnson was that entire game, that felt like a moment where he did turn passive. And maybe the moment was just a little too big. I feel dirty saying that because I don't think that's true.
I don't think Ben Johnson coached his best game, but I don't think that it was passive there given his thought process. Right. His thought process isn't a passive thought process. It's actually active. It's like I want to do this.
Yes.
But we can't because of this.
Because yes.
Yeah.
There's too many things going against us to try to dial up anything. But to your point though, you're working on some stuff that you've got. Yeah. And aggression is what he's all about.
Yeah. And honestly, I think too, because the Bears have never shown 11, 10 blockers. You don't have to run with Williams. Run it with Luther Burden. And have Caleb be the lead blocker. Line up next
to one
shifty
dude, man.
You know what I mean? Like they should have had something there. And maybe they do. And he was still like, they're going to blow it up. Dahlman's getting killed. They're going to blow it up, or we're not going to get through here and all that. So the Rams do end up winning the game for the 7th straight game. Matt Stafford doesn't have a good game, but the Rams win anyways. Everybody's MVP, apparently. They basically announced it during the broadcast that he's going to win. On that bullshit.
He's not playing great, though. I wonder if he's hurt. Because does this remind you of the Stafford Lions days when he used to get banged up and sucked for weeks?
A little bit.
His back is bad. We knew that in the preseason. He has a bad back.
Yeah. And I'm not going to complain about it because I don't even know if my back bothers. I've had back surgery twice.
Yeah.
There are times when it's just like, I missed the bowl.
All the things that you can have hurt as a football player and as a quarterback is your back. Because throwing, bro, kudos for that guy even stepping out there 18 weeks, 17 weeks, or whatever, however long he played. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
He will benefit greatly from the 2-week break before the Super Bowl if they can win in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
He will benefit greatly from retirement until he has to go home. Oh, I'm not even going to say it. I said it, but I'm not going to say it anymore.
Are you suggesting he might trade in for a younger model?
Nope, I'm not saying it.
Okay.
If they make an appearance, he's definitely a Hall of Fame lock.
I think he's a lock anyway, especially when he wins this fraudulent MVP.
Yeah.
But because he's already got Hall of Fame numbers, plus he's got a title already. So
yeah.
I think he's there. Okay, moving on to previewing the conference championship games. The AFC game is first, 3:00 Sunday. It is Patriots at Broncos. I'm seeing Patriots favored by 5.5. Obviously, that is because Jarrett Stidham is starting instead of Bo Nix.
Is this game going to happen or no?
Yes, the weather is not hitting out west. So they're in Denver and Seattle. The weather's not hitting.
You guys are both in a little bit of trouble, aren't you?
Yeah,
we are about to
We're
get 2 feet of snow this weekend.
Yeah. We're in harm's way.
Yeah, the apocalypse is coming for DC right now. I mean, they shut down schools here for half an inch of snow.
You should tell Megan that you can measure that. You know how to measure that 2 feet of snow.
Dave, you betting on it? You betting on what's like how many
put a DraftKings lineup together about how much snow they're going to get before 4 p.m.
I would need to know where they're doing the measurement at and how they're doing the measurement before we bet something like that.
But you would bet something like that.
Yeah. He's already thought it through, Scott. It's already been thought through.
It's unbelievable.
It's hard for me to see where I could get an edge on that line. You know what I mean? Like, because whoever says the book is just going to be like, well, this is the average of what all the meteorologists say, and it's like, well, yeah, that's probably
the models are all over. That's what we just said because the models are all over the place. I mean, we get from anywhere from 1 to 3,000 feet. Like I don't even know what's going on.
But we're into weather talk now. The composite model right now is where they would set the line. And it's like, well, great. The blended model makes sense. But tomorrow is where we're going to get finally start to get like an actual map prediction.
I would take the under. Take the under.
I don't think I would. It has snowed. There's been more than a foot of snow here twice in the 10 years I've lived here.
Same.
So it's not crazy to get over that. 2 feet is nuts anywhere this far south.
Yeah.
But these models that I'm seeing, I'm not betting against it. I would take the under on 2 feet. I would not take it on 18 inches.
Oh, I was saying that I thought you guys were saying that 2 feet was what you were expecting. So I would.
No, 2
feet's a lot of snow.
2 feet's the high end of the range.
We get like Dave said, we get 2 inches here. They shut everything down, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. But we're not expecting to get the ice. So hopefully we don't lose power. That's what I'm hoping.
So is this going to be like Saturday through Monday for you guys?
Saturday night all the way in through Sunday. And then the effect will last through Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the means to get rid of it.
Good luck to both of you. Good luck.
Yeah.
The Patriots only win this game like 59% of the time, according to some models that I'm seeing. And I think that's fair. I think the people are not giving the Broncos enough chance in this game, but I think that the 40% of the time the Broncos win, it's because Drake May has a really bad game.
Yeah.
If Drake May plays well, I don't see Jarrett Stidham being able to do enough to beat him.
Yeah, I think that's totally legit. Because May can, it was interesting because like watching Stroud sort of crumble as that game went on, May did the exact opposite, where in the second half, when they needed a big play, he was ripping throws in the same weather as Stroud was playing in.
Yep.
Perfect, accurate passes. He looked composed. It didn't seem like the moment was too big for him at all. I think, if you're the Patriots, you got to be pretty excited about where they're at right now. But yeah, I think the only chance for Denver is if they get him rattled, banged up with pressure. Benito has a big game. He will fumble. May does fumble. Maybe there's some fumbles that happen. Who knows? but it will definitely be driven by Denver's defense and certainly not their offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. So I am going to take the Patriots here as the real MVP is going to lead them to a victory. Cleve, you got the Patriots here?
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see Knicks and May go at it. Like me,
Yeah.
I think the entire country wanted to see that. Unfortunate that we're not going to get that. Stidham would have to have a remarkable game. Like it would have to be something for the ages where he has like a Matt Flynn game where he just does so good that he just gets paid on the spot. just cash him out.
And you would
They
think
go-
that the only way that even that would happen is if the Broncos running game really were to sort of lead the show there. But the Patriots run defense is really good.
You think
I don't
Vrabel's not
know
going to
that
dial
Denver's
it up
gonna
on this
run it on
kid?
them. What's that?
I see. You think is it Vrabel? I can never say his name. The
Vrabel.
V and the
Vrabel.
R. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vrabel. He's going to dial it up. It's going to be some exotic stuff because the kids hadn't seen any action all year, basically. So they're going to be throwing a lot of stuff at this kid out the gate. It's gonna be aggressive and it's going to be
Yeah,
nuts.
so the only way that Denver can mitigate that is to run, is to take it away from them. And I just don't know if Denver is going to be able to run the ball on New England in a conventional way. Like, hey, we're just going to run through your face, the first 2 drives for, we're going to take 10 minutes off the clock. And I don't think that's going to happen.
One thing I do want to point out here is that Jarrett Stidham is not going to get like some USFL reject backup quarterback. Jarrett Stidham is in the Chase Daniel, Gardner Minshew, Teddy Bridgewater level of backup. Like he's a legitimate NFL quarterback.
And he has
like
played
number
and been
40.
reasonably productive.
Yeah. But he's a very good backup quarterback. So,
but game speed, he hasn't played all year.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, and the moment too. I mean, we're talking about the AFC title game,
Yeah, but to me, going to Jarrett Stidham is like going to Tyrod Taylor. Or I'm sorry, Tyrod Taylor. It's not like you're not dead because Jarrett Stidham is in the game. Whereas with some backup quarterbacks, you're like, we have no chance immediately as soon as this person hits the field. Jarrett Stidham is a very legitimate backup NFL quarterback. So the Broncos can win here, and they can win because Jarrett Stidham plays well, but not if Drake May plays to his capabilities.
Yeah, I agree with Dave. If they give this game away, Drake has a horrible game. Like that's the only way I could see, that happening.
Finally, the NFC Championship, 6:30 Sunday night. Rams at Seahawks. Seahawks currently favored by only 2.5. They split their meetings earlier this year. Big news for the Seahawks in this game. Zach Charbonnet is out for the season with an injury. So they're down to basically just Ken Walker at running back, which I think is huge for them. Their offense is built to feature both of them.
Yeah.
So I think that does make a big difference for them. I just have not seen enough from the Rams recently to think they're going to go into Seattle and win this game.
That's fair. And because the Rams have not played well. They just haven't. But there is, with Jared Verse and Kobe Turner and, that defense, the defensive front they have, can you get Darnold doing Sam Darnold things that we've seen in the past? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But, I mean, definitely if the Rams play the way the Rams have played their first 2 playoff games, I don't know if they can hang with Seattle in this game. Because, I mean, they're week 1 against Carolina. I don't think they played good at all. And last week was a little bit like, yeah, you guys are very lucky to have won that game. So if they show up with that kind of performance, I think Seattle might smoke them. I don't think that's what's going to happen because I think the Rams will play better. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know how Stafford holds up against what the Seahawks do on defense. So it's good. It's an interesting matchup. It really is. Yeah, no, it's going to be great. Cleve, who do you got in this one?
For the same reasons you guys laid out. I mean, I would love to Stafford to go, to get this, but with a bad back, potentially only on 2 weeks rest, not playing that great as the MVP. that Seattle defense is going to dial up some stuff. Again, this is where the defenses are going to show up and really send the house at this guy. They're going to have to get stuff off quick. I mean, you think they're not going to be jamming Puka? Puka's going to be. It's going to be a guy on him every play. They're going to be whacking that kid.
Yeah.
So
And they should.
Yep.
And it may not matter. He's that good.
He's ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And Dave, I had promised to do this. Caleb Williams, I owe you an apology. What I gave to Tua, I should have kept on brand, but you actually this year, and I didn't realize he was the only Bear quarterback ever. Like he threw for that many yards, like 4,000 yards. That was a quiet 4,000, bro. Like that's kudos to him, man. Definitely, obviously, the coaching matters because the other coaching staffs couldn't get that out of him. But you guys sent a lot of talent into the league after winning that many games and stuff like that. So yeah, I see a very upside for Chicago. I don't blame him for the interception. Like I think Dave said it right. He was so pumped. Maybe like they couldn't bring him down right away, and it is what it is. But if I'm a Chicago fan, I'm happy about where we're trending. But getting back to the game, I think Seattle's defense is gonna march all over stuff, bro. All Darnold has to do is not blow the game. He has to game manage and not play any hero ball.
Yeah.
But just play within what you need to do and get because the defense is going to get them the ball back and get them in some good field position, stuff like that. And it should be a good. Like I'm excited about the game. I'm really bummed about Denver. I would have loved to see May and Knicks go at it. I was looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I'm going to officially take the Seahawks here as well. Sam Darnold keeps getting better. So last year he takes the Vikings, really far. Then he sort of falls apart. But like he may just not fall apart anymore because he may just be really, really good now.
Yeah.
Because he keeps getting better as he gets older. Like he keeps improving.
Yeah.
Like he might be better 3 years from now.
But Dave, you kind of always say this about quarterbacks. You kind of say that unless these guys are can't miss Josh Allen, whoever. Yeah. But like as these guys get older and longer in the tooth, they kind of get better. They get into a good system because again, he went from Minnesota to Seattle and kind of kept his march going. I mean, he had some pumpkin games where he wasn't Cinderella, but overall, the body of work that he's put up since leaving Carolina has been incredible. I can't say anything bad about the kid,
Yeah.
Sam Darnold for the last 2 years would be the best Jets quarterback of your lifetime.
Well, Joe Willie won a Super Bowl, so
you weren't alive then.
Yeah, that's true. Of my lifetime. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Which is crazy because that's 52 years.
Now Scott was in his 30s, so he could break down.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's bedtime.
Thank you everybody for tuning in this week. Obviously, we'll be back next week to break down the conference championship games, and I think next week we'll also go over the coaching hires because they should pretty much be done.
Yeah.
By a week from now, I would think. We should get a flurry of them coming up here, so we'll be able to go over the conference title games, the coaching hires. The week after that, we'll preview the Super Bowl, right? So we will see everybody next week. Thank you again for tuning in. Paul in the chat, appreciate it. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share the video with friends. Look at the TikTok, share the TikTok. Our TikTok on the Bills got over 2,000 views, and like 40 comments.
Really?
That was actually pretty good. So feel free, anybody, to send it to whoever. The TikTok on the bidet only got 300 views. Apparently, people are afraid to talk about cleaning your butthole. But I still put it out there. So, we will see everybody next week. Peace.
Peace.